Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajeem. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Dear students, I am Abdul Rahim from Boys Higher Secondary School, Talpora. Today I am going to deliver a lecture for 12th class economics, and the topic which is same as on previous day, that is banking, and subtopic is central bank and its functions. Yesterday we have discussed the commercial bank and its its functions. Today we are going to discuss central bank and its functions. First of all, we must know what is the meaning of this central bank. It is an apex body. It is an apex body which which control, operate, regulate, and guide the entire banking and monetary structure of the country. Dear students, you can write with me. I will repeat it. It is an apex body which control, operate, regulate, and guide the entire banking and monetary structure of the country. Now, what are the functions of the central bank that we are going to write? Number one, issuing of notes. Issuing of notes. The first function of the central bank is issuing of notes. Central bank of a country has the exclusive right of issuing notes. Actually, till the beginning of the 20th century, the central bank has known as Bank of Issue. The notes issued by the central bank are an unlimited legal tender. And number two is banker to the government. Banker to the government. Central bank is a banker, agent, and financial advisor to the government. As a banker to the government, it manages accounts of the government banks across all in the country. As an agent to the government, it buys and sells securities, treasury bills on behalf of the government. As an advisor to the government, it helps the government in forming policies to regulate the money market. Number third is central bank is bankers bank. Bankers bank. It is an apex bank of all banks in the country. The central bank has almost the same relation with other banks in the country as a commercial bank has with its customers. The central bank keeps some cash balance of the commercial banks as a compulsory deposit. This is to help them during financial crisis. And number fourth is supervision of the banks. Supervision of the banks. As a bankers bank, the central bank also supervises the commercial banks. The supervision of commercial banks relates to licensing of the commercial banks, expansion of the commercial banks in terms of their branches across different parts of the country and abroad. Number three, merger of different banks and liquidation of the banks. Number fifth, lender of last resort. Lender of last resort. Lender of last resort. It means that if a commercial bank fails to get financial accommodation from anywhere, it approaches the central bank as a last resort. Central bank advances loan to such a bank against approved securities. And number six is custodian of foreign exchange. Custodian of foreign exchange. Custodian of foreign exchange. Central bank is the custodian of nation's foreign exchange reserve. The central bank maintains foreign exchange reserves in order to promote international trade and stabilize exchange rate. And number seventh is cleaning house function. Cleaning house function. Central bank also performs the function of a cleaning house. Let us take an example to understand this function. Suppose bank A receives a check of Rs 10,000 drawn on bank B, and bank B receives a check of Rs 15,000 drawn on bank A. Both bank A and B have their accounts with the central bank. The checks of both the banks are cleared through their accounts with the central bank. This is how the central bank acts as a cleaning house. It avoids transfer of cash. Accordingly, it reduces requirement of cash reserves of the commercial banks. And number eight is control of credit. Control of credit. The most important function of the central bank is to control the supply of the credit in the economy. It implies increase or decrease in the supply of money by regulating the creation of credit by the commercial banks. The government needs to control the supply of money to cope with the situation of inflation and deflation. During inflation, the supply of money is restricted, and during deflation, the supply of money is liberalized. Section 3 of the chapter offers more details in this account. And last is ninth point, collection of statistics. Collection of statistics. Collection of statistics. Central bank collects statistical information relating to banking, currency, and foreign exchange. This is useful in making policies and plans of the growth and development. Performing all these functions, the central bank plays a significant role in regulating the economy. It contributes the process of growth and development by pursuing a suitable monetary policy in such with fiscal policy of the government. Dear students, by considering the time and network, I hope that it is clear now to you. Tomorrow I will do lecture with the same topic but with another subtopic. Now it's okay. Assalam alaikum.